Okay, I'm gonna add something new for the channel that's growing a lot. I'm grateful for those of you that are here checking out the videos. I want to show two submissions from side control. Both of these, in my earlier years, I abused them. That's really what my game was based around, was passing someone's guard and getting to side control, inviting the frames, whether they came early preemptively like they're supposed to or they came late. I would try to exploit that and get what is known as Americana. We call it paintbrush in our youth program. So that, I'll show you two versions of that. And then the other thing I want to show is a bread cutter. And both of these really rely on the fact that this person is doing what they're told to do. They're making their frames. They're doing exactly when you start jiu-jitsu and we talk about getting past what do you need. The person on the bottom must have space in order to escape. Person on the top wants zero space to control and pin and dominate, whether it's going up the hierarchy of positions or whether it's finishing, getting to the end game and the checkmate and finishing with the submission. So these two are really going to exploit my opponent, my partner, doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Okay, and these are relatively low risk moves. You really, there's not a huge repercussion for these. If you're mounted and you go for an S mount and you go for a beautiful arm lock, which is a beautiful thing in jiu-jitsu, there's a good chance that you could end up getting stacked. The guy removes his arm, now you're on the bottom and he's on top, and you gave up potentially the best position in jiu-jitsu for a submission. And again, we always want to say the principles. Like I said, the person on the bottom wants space, person on the top wants no space. In the same situation, position before submission is really a good thing to have in mind at all times. Don't get me wrong, ankle locks, and there's certain things where you sacrifice a good position for the opportunity for a submission. I'm all for submissions in jiu-jitsu, but I also understand controlling the grips, controlling the position, controlling the situation on your terms usually will lead to you having success in winning the fight. So the first thing I want to show, my partner's on her back. I've got side control. Can you turn it the other way, please? So we're here. Now, normally, no matter how I pass, it could just literally be the ugliest pass and I flop to my partner. Boom. They generally will make these two frames how she did immediately. The one is on the hip, stopping me from circling. She keeps here a little bit of space. This one is obviously important because when I do this shoulder grip here, I pull her in, I drop this pressure, and she is able to alleviate this shoulder of justice pressure by pushing up on my throat. Very simple. This hand is debatable. I like it to be on the hip. If my partner is very active and trying to escape, I block the hip. And I'm here, so I control this. But attacking, I'm very, very limited here. So what I want to show is, the first one, very, very simply, is once I'm here, okay, I want to put my weight, meaning get off of my knees. I want to put all my weight and tax on top of this forearm, all my hip pressure is dropping down, okay? Now, I'm switching to what we call guard block. I'm here. Now, while I'm walking, I'm looking for this arm to pop out. Whether she does it intentionally or I have to sort of pull it out. Once it comes out, I reach under her armpit and I reach for the back of her collar here, what a mama cat grip we call it, and here. And once I'm here, my belly button, I drop to the floor. I sink it down. Her arm, can you bring your arm back in? Cannot come back in. Once I'm here, I then walk back to side control, never coming up because the arm will clear itself. I want to, once I get it down and pin it, I walk back. Now, this hand, thumb down, I don't grab super deep. I just grab right about the collarbone. I pull up because the collar is what's on the artery. Now I pull it across her throat. I set my elbow on the floor and I just basically make a rainbow over her head. I grab in, I lift up, pull across, drop down, and I just open my elbow. Very, very easy tap. One more time. Weight on her arm. I'm taxing this arm over here, putting it on her shoulder. I walk, it pops out. I reach under the head, grab the collar, put my belly on the floor, walk back, elbow or thumb in, down, pull up, drop this across, set my elbow on the floor, open my elbow. Very good. Now, to add to this, people get smart. She knows if she keeps T-Rex arms here that I'm not gonna be able to get it. So what I'm gonna show now is a variation where, what's the best way to do this here? Here, boom, here, here. Now, when I walk, this arm is not clearing. Say, okay, fine, I accept that. I need to get under this arm. Because if I can go inside, under, look what I just got. There's the neck. Now I walk, I'll move her for the sake of the video, and I walk to this side, put my belly on the floor. I have the mama cat grip. Everything is just mirrored now. Now thumb goes in, I pull up, I drop down, elbows on the floor, I make a rainbow. And I switch to the other side. And that's when people start to defend it. Thank you. So now, that is called a paper cutter or a bread cutter. I don't know why it's called a bread cutter. Technically, it's more of a paper cutter. If you've ever seen it, but we call it whatever. It's a submission. The last one I want to show really quickly is she's on her back, okay? She's making her frames. This is standard, okay? Everyone knows this. You should know this. Elbow goes over the head. I flare the elbow. I point in my chest. I go up my chin. I tack this to the ground. Once I'm here, this hand goes under the arm. I throttle. I'm able to finish. She's already tacked and feel it, and I finish. It's done. Okay, that's a submission all of you should know Americana. Now, I'll show you what my white belt career was attempting to knee slide through. Now, when you knee slide, you get under this arm. If you come up high, she makes the frame. What I would do here and drop my head, I'd almost grind it across their face or go over them, and I would land here. What I mean is my forehead's on the floor and I'm bear hugging her arm just above her armpit. Here, super tight. Now, in tournaments, anything, competing, training, I'll lay my face on my belly on her face. I'll put as much weight as I can. I just smash them. I want this to be absolutely uncomfortable for them. I had the whole time, my head is only up right now because I'm talking, I'm teaching. Other than that, my head would be on the floor, locked down. Why? Because as she gets uncomfortable, she knows she needs this frame to make space. Absolutely. So I'm here, I'm tight. So when I'm ready and I feel her frustration, I'm just gonna go like this. Like I'm asking. The hand that's by the head goes by the ear. Like I'm saying, what? Now when I'm ready, I just pop my head up. What happens majority of the time is they late frame. She swings the hand in. It swings right to my hand. The submission's there. It looks like this. In real time or so, it would be like this. Let me finish. That is what I call a late frame Americana. You usually find it from side control, again, or excuse me, you usually find it from the knee slide position, again, because you have the underhook when you need slide. So just go fully to the far side arm, hug, isolate, head on the floor. When you're ready and you frustrated them, and you'll feel them be frustrated, hand like you're saying, what? Lift your head, the late frame comes in. To be honest, most of the time you're gonna take it off the nose. Boom, it's gonna hit you. It's worth it, every bit. Take it off the nose, use your face to pin the hand to the ground, make the grip, motorcycle throttle, finish your Americana. I wish you the best and success. We have more videos to come, and thank you guys again. Train hard. Oos.